Anyone wants to say something? Marco, you want to say something?
Yes, thank you. First of all, this is my first time speaking. Thank you so much and everybody for sharing these moments. Try to do it as much as possible. To go directly to my question, my experience, I have not approached from a long time this path and in general non-duality, the teachings of Ramana Maharshi. I feel a lot of struggle in not being judgmental about myself. I still get caught a lot in judging myself for what are real strong defects, weakness, rage, being attached to pleasures. What advice would you give to me not to be judgmental and to realize that my thoughts are not free? I don't choose my thoughts, and that this weakness, moral weakness, are only something that really does not exist, because from the standpoint of consciousness, I don't think consciousness should be judgmental about this, but also for the culture where I come from, I am very judgmental about myself and about the others, and I make a lot of struggle, not to be lost in what is not, instead of going to what really is.
Really good question, Marco, and that is what it is. That when we take mind and thought seriously and we own them, and that is what the trap is. We start judging ourselves and others. Have a lot of compassion for yourself. Nowadays, it is a big thing even in people who feel stress, feel anxiety, because they are very judgmental about themselves. That's why they go through undue stress. So we call this self-compassion. Self-compassion should be there. Because, at the end of the day, this body has come into being because of its desires, Mind is also part of body. It has some desire, some petty desires, part of illusion, part of ignorance, Have some compassion for it. Like we should have compassion for anyone who has done something wrong in the world, Like, the system punishes people, but we should not feel hate for anyone, whatever they have done. It is not us to judge. Same compassion should be for this body mind also. Why not for this body mind? What it is done wrong? Like, no one is evil, it's just the thoughts and our acting on those thoughts, believing on those thoughts. I'll tell you, as a doctor, we see people who have done crime because there's hearing voices. What are these voices? These voices are the same thoughts which become so real to them that they guide them. They can't discriminate and they get so much involved in it. I'll tell you, if you understand from this awareness, things become so crystal clear. I'll tell you, I can just share someone whom I know very well, good friend of mine. Because of all COVID, went through some depression, business is not going right, and family to feed, went into depression. Psychiatrist started treatment. He started antidepressant, and those antidepressants made him a bit hypomanic. Now he's talking too much, showing familiarity with people, meeting people who have never met. His wife is very stressed about what is happening. His personality somehow has changed, disinhibited. He is put on mood stabilizer. And all these years, I always told him, he's a very nice man. I always told him, do some meditation, mindfulness, whatever way you can do it every day. Whenever I met him, I told him, not now, for last 20 years. But the thing is that somehow not everyone has that inclination. He never did it. Now, on all these chemicals, medicines, you are like a pendulum. Now we are giving medicines to control this mind. So once you are on this end, you are depressed. Now you are euphoric, you are on this end. This mind is a hell. We all carry this mind. And this mind is the conditioning. This is our suffering, unnecessary suffering, because we take it so seriously. We believe this mind is ours, these thoughts are ours. We have to act on them, we have to reject them, we have to do this discretion about thoughts to choose. And I have spoken to so many my psychiatrist friends, they don't go beyond mind. This is the problem. In Western medicine, all medicines, nobody looks that this problem should be get rid of rather than working inside the problem. Everyone is working inside the problem of mind. And this is the problem. Even if you see practices of meditation, they don't question the meditator. So the meditation continues for 40, 50, 60 years. There is some peace because you do meditation. But nobody questions who is meditating, who is the doer. Is doer necessary? Doer is necessary for the society for being productive, like a slave. And that's what people are interested. Family, society, country, even religious organizations. They want a person who is productive to them. If you are out of the clutches of your mind, you will be so free that no one can bribe you. No one can put you under the pressure to do something, because they can only make slave if you are in your conditioned mind. But if you're not in your conditioned mind, no one can exploit you. The biggest exploitation is our mind. Remember, your mind or my mind or anyone's mind is just a mind, like a gadget. Its job is to keep popping up thoughts, one after the other. And these thoughts are because of our previous habits, desires, hate, lot of conditioning, environmental, cultural. Like you might be Christian because you're born in a Christian family. I'm a Hindu born in a Hindu family. I am in Australia. You are in other country. These all are just circumstantial changes. Nothing. We are all that pure soul which has no nationality, no religion, which is pure, which is only consciousness, which is not asking anyone anything. It has no agenda. It is eternal. It never came into being as a person to fulfill any duties. Yes, the body might be, but you are not the body. And whatever the body is going through, you are not going through. You are only observer. Body will have pain if there is a suffering, but you are only a witness. So that awakening can only come when we, by some sort of practice or by understanding, we stay detached. And remember always that I am this pure awareness. Pure means nothing but awareness. And staying as awareness, the mind creates a thought. But when you are so strong and firm in your belief, in your standing, that you are nothing but awareness, thought cannot touch you. A thought comes with all its conditioning, with all its force, and tells you that you were like this and this has happened and this will happen and you should do this. And you stay as if a thought has come to a wrong address. Whatever your name is, no one is there anymore. You don't even have to say sorry to a thought. Just stay quiet, and observe. But if you think this is hard, if you can't stay attentive to the self, then you have to take up self-inquiry. So let's say a thought came judging you, you got involved. And as soon as you realize you got involved with a thought, then just bring out this question. Who this thought is for? Who am I? When you say who am I or whom this thought is for, is to remember for your own remembrance that you are not an ego. You are not an individual. You are this pure, uninvolved consciousness which can survive, which has survived, which is not dependent on any thought. Survival of consciousness is not dependent on thoughts, not dependent on anything. It is self-effulgent. It is the only truth, and it never changes. Who am I is not a mantra. It is just to come back to that pure self. When you got so much entangled in thought, always abide in this awareness as self. It is not a technique, it is us. Technique or paying attention only comes into being when you get involved in mind, so engrossed in mind that you forget that you are just a witness to whatever is happening. When the mind comes with a force, with vengeance, again because of its conditioning. So to decondition your mind so there is no trace of thought left, you cannot do anything except staying as awareness. So when the thought comes and there is no one on the receiving end, it is like a letter which came into the letterbox, but no one lives there. When no one lives there, no one is opening the letter. No one is looking into the thought, whether this thought is judging this body mind or other body mind or the situation. Thought is always about something, some doing. There comes another mantra, what Bhagavan always said. Why we should feel compulsion about doing something. Whatever has to happen will happen even if you don't like it. And whatever has not to happen, even if you try your best, it is not going to happen. Then where the doership comes, who is the doer? Remember this. Remember, no one is our friend, no one is enemy. No work is important, no work is less important. No one to hate, no one to love. Everything is just an image coming and going. When you understand this, you stay as awareness. Love flows, but not for an individual. It just flows. and the images comes and goes. And you are not attached with any image, not even the image which you are using to communicate. And this is the beauty of awareness. It is so non-judgmental and so impartial that this body or other body, a body living in your house or in neighborhood or in other country, they're all so beautifully same. Actually, it does not have anything to judge or to divide or to make a hierarchy of things or categorize. All these are functions of the mind. But when you're not using this gadget called mind, then you are always free. All the list of things to be done, or bucket list, or compulsions, all goes away. For this, you don't have to do anything except be witness. This witnessing is our nature. It's natural. But because we are jumping and as a doer all the time, that is why efforts are needed to be a witness. Understand who is witnessing whom. Awareness is always witnessing, it can't do anything. What is the name of this witnessing? How old is this witnessing? Who owns this witnessing? This witnessing, this awareness is I am, that I am. I am. You know, Krishna in Bhagavad Gita said the same I am when he told Arjuna that he told the same teaching to the ancestors thousands, hundreds, thousands of years back. And Arjuna said, how is it possible? They were there so long ago. And Krishna said, I was there even before all these. He's not talking about Krishna as a body, as that person. He's talking about that I am. And can you believe then there is another book, Bible, and Jesus is saying the same thing. When people said that, Jews said that Abraham is the one who is our Savior, you know. He is our God. He said, I was even before him. I am that I am. how two different people at different times have said the same thing. What is this? They are not talking about the person, and it's not coming from the ego. And they are not trying to prove that they are so big. They're talking from that awareness, from that source. That source has never ever changed, will never ever die. It is unborn, eternal. None other than you. You have gone through so many bodies. Now this is your time to be free forever. Don't postpone, don't waste. Postpone because you think other things are important. And that is wastage of time. Time is just running. In this game of freedom, the rule is that freedom will come only when you are in this body, in a human body, with some level of understanding what freedom is. That all is grace. And when the grace is there, then why to postpone? When everything is done, when the stage is set for freedom, then why to postpone? Then what is stopping you to be free? This mind, which keeps changing, which no one can trust. We talk about others, that we can't trust others, we don't have faith, people cheat. Do you think the one who cheats, whom you can't trust, is happy? He is in the grip of the same mind as you. It is all game of this mind going on. See in your life how many interests we had, and interest changes, and then think what you loved, you don't like to even look towards that side. You change friends, sports, jobs, hobbies, your taste in food, clothes, cars, whatever it is. Can you trust your mind? Mind is not reliable. Its nature is changing all the time. It cannot stay still. The other day, we had a Christmas party, and one of my colleagues was saying to me that I can focus on one task at a time for maybe a couple of years, and then I need another project, and then another. He said to me very exactly that he's a restless soul. He loves achievement. And he loves this tickling of the mind, new thoughts. That gives him pleasure. That keeps me driving. What is this language? All of us speak out. Are we speaking about ourself, our pure self? Or are we talking from the mind? Who are we? And we live our whole life in the cage of mind, conditioned, slave of the mind. You look around, everyone is in that mind grip. I call it's like a fever, it's feverish. And you can palpate in you if it is too much and in others around you. And people who have too much of this mind fever, they are given medals, honors, rewards in different disciplines. Digging into thoughts and finding some partial knowledge. That's all okay if you are free. Then it is a play. Take this freedom as the most important thing. It is simple, easy, doable. Sit and understand, where are you working from? Are you working and behaving from the mind or from the self? The one who has choice to stay as mind or to stay as self is fake. Understand this. The one who is deciding to stay as self or stay with mind is fake. That is ego. Middleman. How this will go away? This has to go. Mind is only serving this middleman. The one who claims this body-mind is ego. Consciousness doesn't claim anything. Or if it has to claim, it will claim everything. Understand this. Mind is your slave. You are not slave of the mind. Just like your smartphone. A lot of people are slave of their smartphone. They cannot leave it. They cannot live without it. Exactly in the same way is the mind. Full of desires, emotions, thoughts, feelings, planning, judgment, anger, greed, hate, fear, lust. You remove mind, all this leaves you. What is left is you, pure self. If you think it is too difficult, then take the path of devotion. Cry for help from the Absolute. Ask for more grace, more help. If your prayer is sincere, all the help will come to your doorstep. But don't give up. Never give up till it's all done. Keep your unwavering attention to the self. Remember, nothing in this world can define you. Whatever you see is part of illusion only. Exactly like in your dream, nothing of dream is part of you. All is projection of mind. God is so kind, so compassionate. Every day He shows us what reality is. He takes us into the dream to show that, look, this is your awakening thing is exactly like this. This is the way you are being deceived. And He gives you this knowledge every day to everyone. You dream. While dreaming, it looks real. What is it? Mind creating a dream. Then mind creating this dream. Bhagavan says that this dream is only difference is a bit longer. Understand this. This dream is a bit longer than the dream at night. That's all. No other difference. Then God takes us into deep sleep when there is no mind. There is bliss. Where you are nobody. No mind, no body, nothing. And you are in bliss. And that is what we all are. And that is what we all have to realize in this awakened dream. In this awakened dream, we have to have that knowledge of deep sleep in this awakening. There is a beautiful term for it, Jagrat Sushupti. Jagrat means awakened. Sushupti means that state in which that bliss is in the deep sleep. How this would happen? This will happen when you are vigilant, when you are awake from this dream, as pure awareness. Though we are awake right now, but we are sleeping in this dream, awakened dream. We have to awake more. We have to raise our vibration to a different level. It is a higher ground. Mind is holding you down. Mind is part of the matter. Mind is part of this whole illusion. Remember this, including your body. But you are none of this. You have to be really awake. Really, really awake. I cannot stress more than this. This is still a dream. You have to raise your awareness. And the easiest way to raise your awareness is not to touch anything in this dream. By witnessing. You know what happens sometimes in dream at night? The dream breaks in a way. It's still going on, but you know that you're dreaming. How peaceful it is. Even if someone is killing you, you are so cool because you know it's a dream. When we stay as a witness to everything without judging, without using mind, this dream starts receding from us. It is disentanglement. And that is freedom. Freedom from this awakened dream, from this illusion. It's a huge, big illusion. Billions of human beings and trillions of all this, what you see, is part of it. And because all of us are part of it, nobody questions it. Nobody questions it. We stay in it. And then comes someone like Bhagavan. And that is grace. And he tells in our ear that this is a dream. My friend, get out of it. Please don't take these teachings as non-duality, Advaita, coming from some lineage, creating concepts over concepts on it. No, there is no ritual, no lineage. It is the reality. It's its truth. You don't have to believe on any concepts or any religion to be free. Just understand and stay that. You don't have to leave this life, whatever you are living, wherever you are living, what the body is doing. But be attentive to pure awareness. When you reject and reject and reject what mind brings, then mind will dissolve in this pure seeing. Then this all projector which is showing you the word will dissolve in this seeing. Then what will you do? You move, you meet people in your home, at work, at places, and they are all dreaming. What will you do? Do you have ego? Do you think you are superior and they are inferior? What will you do? You hug them, you love them, because you know their suffering is self-inflicted and they all can be like you. And here comes so much of compassion for all human beings. Not just human beings, but animals, plants. They are all having the same consciousness. But here there is a problem that each one has to realize their own freedom in their own way. You can only tell them. But even telling someone is enough if other person understands. That will do the job. But that fire should keep burning till it finishes all what you are not. And that is the purpose of satsang. Sitting together in this pure awareness. Don't pay attention to what you are doing, what is your job, what is your family, where you come from, how other people are. Stay in your heart. Remember God. Remembering self is remembering God. Abiding in self is abiding in God. That purest of pure. Our self is our Guru. Our self is our goal. Our self is everything. Abiding in self is solution to all problems, even worldly problems. People talk about racism, discrimination. What is all this? When you believe in these images as different, pure awareness has no name, no form, no nationality, no race. And we all are that same pure awareness, without any difference. Religions can make you different. Someone has a beard, someone has a cap, someone has a bead, someone has a robe. But awareness has no clothes. It is naked. It has no concepts, no rituals, nothing. What you're getting today is an invaluable tool. This all is because of grace, your own inner grace. With an open heart, if you accept and do and abide, you can be free this moment. You are actually always free. Reject everything. Just be. Do you know one who is realized? They call him Paramhansa. When you disentangle yourself, like Ramakrishna Paramhans, that is the sign of purity. We are all that pure awareness. Go to the source and stay as the source, untainted, pure awareness. Always, just like the water of Ganges from the source, from Gangotri, pure, and drink that divine nectar all the time. Only self can abide in self, nothing else. Never lose your focus from awareness. Nothing in this dream world is more important than you. Focus only on yourself, your pure self. Your interest, your attachments, all this is leading to bondage. Understand this. Om Shanti Shanti.